I guess it's I know it's I guess on Amazon. I'm here to give you guys an anime, not anime, excuse me, a movie review, which is basically Home Alone 2, basically Lost in New York City, Lost in New York City. I have to say, I think the second movie was, I guess you personally will say, probably one of my favorites. I personally will say, but I kind of like the first one a lot more better because it has more a nostalgia tone and stuff like that, and I definitely do enjoy it. When I watch a movie, I like to play my games, watch a movie and stuff like that. That's basically what I'd love to do. Play my Nintendo Switch when I'm watching a movie and stuff like that. Just play along, just watch the movie, just have the time go by fast and stuff like that. That's something I really love to do and stuff like that. But when I'm watching this movie Home Alone 2, I can't help but just wonder just about some of the themes, the music, the soundtrack, the meaning of Christmas and stuff like that. And I think it's much more than that, just meaning of Christmas. So Christmas is it's a very special holiday that everyone celebrates every single year. Everyone really does. To be honest with you, I'm not really too fond of Christmas really all that much. I used to be when I was a kid. I used to love Christmas all the time. To be honest, I still love Christmas, still do. I don't want people to think I hate Christmas or anything like that. I think the reason why I'm not so fond of Christmas because I just don't have really much of my family members not really around me during much of the time, much of Christmas. Like let's say, as for instance, my dad passed away, my grandpa passed away, and my little niece, who's I'm not gonna say her name, she passed away at the age of 5 years old. Um, Sad situation, very sad situation. That's one of the hardest hits I ever had to take in my life. One of the hardest hits I ever had to take. Um, Personally, that happened like a long time ago. And then I also had my great grandma who passed away a long time ago. I never really got a chance to go to her funeral or anything like that. I kind of want to say here is that people probably don't like Christmas based in a way because families are not there or really are not there, and sometimes Christmas can become in such a painful in a painful way, and for a lot of people, some people will enjoy it really around the most and stuff like that. To be honest, when I'm trying to make the most of it, I'll do share for this holiday season and stuff like that. And one of my hardest things going through right now, especially my grandma's she's very close to me. This that's how close I really am. I've been knowing her for years and years. I didn't grow up right around her or anything like that. I do call her and stuff like that. She doesn't live that far away, for she lives right around in my area. They moved down here because they originally came up from New York because they moved down here because they wanted to move down here because they wanted to get away from the snow and stuff like that because they got tired of the snow. And let's just also put it this way: shoveling snow is not their favorite hobby. I definitely would say I personally would say shoveling snow is not everyone's favorite hobby. I definitely would definitely say that's just basically what it feels to me. To be honest with you, I love snow. I love snow. I really do. Maybe I should move over to New York City, but I don't think I would be able to because I'm like, to be honest with you, I mean I love this time of year. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And stuff like that. And especially when you have family members and stuff like that are not around. I mean, when you're like the only toddler in the family, the only kid like in the family, you have your cousins, you have your mom, your grandpa, your uncles, your aunt, and your mom and your dad and stuff like that. And sometimes that can be very emotional. I've heard basically one of the saddest Christmas stories I've ever heard. Basically, um, the Christmas shoe or something like that. It's about a little boy. He's about to get a Christmas. He wants to get Christmas shoes for his mom, and basically he really wanted to do that. And I think that's one of the most saddest stories I've ever heard in such a long time. I think it's based on a true story. Like I said, for it's all about a boy. He wants to buy Christmas shoes for his mom. He doesn't care about getting presents or anything like that. He really wants to get those shoes for his mom. That's what he really wants because before she meets Jesus tonight and stuff like that and stuff like that. And I know this year is the meaning of Jesus and stuff like that. I do understand. I 100 respect that, especially coming in the background from my family, and stuff like that and stuff. When I'm watching this movie, the Home Alone series based on Home Alone 2 or whatever Home Alone movies that's really actually is, I think this is a movie is basically a great example that you will never see movies based like this in such a long time. I know there's Home Alone 3 and 4 and 5, and I guess I'm not really actually sure. I don't know why Macaulay Culkin decided not to do another Home Alone movie. I would love to see that basically happen in the near time future. I would love to see maybe a resurrection of Home Alone, basically instead of just like having 3 and 4 and 5 or so on and so on and so on. I wouldn't mind watching those, but I just don't see that the Home Alone series, basically for me, bases 1 and 2 should just be left alone. That's just my opinion because Macaulay Culkin is a very popular figure basically in Hollywood and stuff like that. And basically, he really actually has and stuff like that. He has said really quite a lot, basically in the movies that he played and stuff like that. I don't know how they made the movies, but they did really such a great job. It really actually is and stuff like that. One thing I want to say here, I think this is also very special. I think it's very very important. It's a very important symbolism basically in this movie. I think this is very very important. Is par in a pear tree. I think it's the birds in a pear tree. I think that's what it's called. I'm not so sure. Anyways, or no, I think it's called doves in a pear tree or something or whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's just put it that way. Doves in a pear tree. Doves in a pear tree is basically it's a symbolism, basically a sign of basically a sign of friendship, sign of a lot of other different things and stuff like that, or whatever it maybe is and stuff like that. And when you have like, if you see like two doves basically together, I have to personally will definitely say it's a rare sight to see. To be honest with you, I don't know if there's really any doves or any doves are still around or not. I really don't know. I never seen doves before, and I never have. I've seen pigeons before since I was a kid. I think it's very rare to find doves based out there. They're basically the symbol of God or something like that. That's from what I definitely do know. That's what they are represents basically are. Or probably some people will probably say if you see a dove or basically flying in the sky, it means it's a sign that God loves you, or it's a miracle that your prayer is being answered, or something like that, so and so and so on, and stuff like that. But to be honest, I personally, based for me, I said back in my videos, I still question the existence of God. I still question it, stuff like that. It's not just because I don't believe in God. I still question it, and it's just that I don't really want to live a life basically recording just based to him. I'd rather just live a life the way I feel is necessary for me. That's what I really want to do. That's what ultimately I really want to do. I understand a lot of people that want to be Christians and stuff like that, and they want to be that way and stuff like that. I don't want to be surrounded by all that. I mean, I don't mind or anything like that. I don't mind, but I just don't want people, just like the force is on me, and stuff like that and stuff like that. I understand, this holiday season is very important and stuff like that, and I know it really actually is. To be honest with you, when I come from my background back when I was a kid, we didn't have all these crazy commercials like you gotta buy the iPad, you gotta buy the PlayStation, you gotta buy this bike, you gotta buy this brand new car, you gotta buy this brand new computer, you gotta buy this, buy that, buy that, buy that, that. And it was never was like that. It was never was. I remember back in the day, Kmart, Toys R Us, Target, back in the days, McDonald's, and stuff like that, and used to promote Christmas and stuff like that, especially Monopoly back in the day and stuff like that, Burger King and stuff like that, all that other stuff and stuff like that. I used to remember all of those things. I used to love from back then when I was a kid and stuff like that. To be honest with you, when I was a kid, what I did one time I opened up one of my gifts early, and let's just say I got caught red-handed. Let's just say I got a bruise on my hind. Yeah, it was red. It was bright red. It was let's just say it was a naughty thing to do. It really was. But to be honest with you, I do share a lot of great memories. Being around my family, around my friends and stuff like that, being around Christmas and stuff like that. And some of my friends says, James, I think you're a miserable old man. To be honest with you, I mean me miserable, but I really am not. I'm just trying to, to live my life to feel the way I feel is not just what's best for me, but just to show the values of this, but basically what basically for everyone else and stuff like that. I'm not saying people should take my opinions or take my views or anything like that, but just to teach people just to really understand. Doesn't matter my younger viewers and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I can't control people who watch my videos. I can't control that. Stuff like that. I remember back in the day, back in YouTube and stuff like that, I made an argument and stuff like that. I can't control people who watch my videos. If people watch my videos, people watch my videos. There's nothing I can't do about that. There's nothing I can't do about it. I have no control. Like if like a 1 year old child or anything or younger than that watches my videos, I can't control that. And so they're gonna watch my videos. They're gonna watch my videos, and if they like my videos, they like my videos. I mean, that's basically what it feels to me. That's what I definitely think. So, I mean, to be honest with you, I think this day and era that we're living in is just basically, I have to say, a digital era. I have to say, a digital era that we're about to see a new dawning of this new era that we're seeing right now, that we're living in right now. And people will probably get used to this and stuff like that. I'm getting used to it, but to be honest with you, I don't want to get used to it. I want to go back to the good old days with Kmart and and Toys R Us and all that other stuff like that, Transformers and stuff like that, and GI Joes and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all those other stuff, Barbies and stuff like that, and all that other stuff and stuff like that. I used to love back then. I would love if there was if there was a portal out there that could transport me back into time. I'll say like hell yes, I would definitely go through that portal and go back through time. If that were the base to take me back to time, I would personally would definitely would take it. I would personally would basically relive the memories that I used to love. I used to love from back then. From watching the cartoons I used to love from back then, like Voltron, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Inspector Gadget, Care Bears, uh, all that other different kind of stuff and stuff like that. I would personally would love to go back to time, to live those nostalgias and stuff like that. To be honest, I miss those nostalgia memories. I still miss those. I still do. I still miss the meaning of what Christmas used to really mean. Instead of all this nonsense about, like I said before, about you gotta buy this brand new car, you gotta buy this bike, you gotta buy this brand new TV. You gotta buy this brand new cell phone. Get the Nintendo Switch 2, or buy these new manga. Get this new discount prices for this, for that, and that. And just like it's bonanza to me. It really actually is. Christmas was like this. Christmas was not all about these big, huge promotions and stuff like that. I don't think Christmas wasn't like that. That's my opinion. That's what I definitely think and stuff like that. To be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. When I was a kid, I used to think I want kids, I want toys, toys, toys. That's all I care about. That's what basically was toys. But to be honest with you, it doesn't matter to me what I get for Christmas. It doesn't matter what I don't get. It don't matter to me. If I don't get anything for Christmas, I don't get it for Christmas. If I get money for Christmas, I'll just put it in my bank account and just save it and just use it for something I really definitely need in the future. I'd rather get something for something I need, but instead of something I really want. That's basically what it feels to me. But when you look at this movie, that's based on this movie, the Macaulay Culkin based on this movie, Home Alone. The movie represents what's the meaning of Christmas really actually means: friendship, love, respect, family, your close relatives and whoever it is and stuff like that. It just really represents really it really basically such a great meaning. I think the two turtle doves, yeah, the two turtle doves, yeah, or I would say the two turtle doves, yeah, that's what they're called, the two turtle doves. The two turtle doves are a great symbolism basically with the meaning of Christmas. If I were to personally have those two turtle doves, if I were to personally give it to one of them, I would personally give it to my grandma because I love my grandma. I love her to death. I really do. I want what's best for her. I really do, and I will willing to do go on the go on go to hell to try to to tell her how much I love her, tell her how much I adore her and stuff like that. And stuff like that. I really do mean that. I really definitely do mean that. I really definitely do mean that. I know some people will probably say, James, maybe you should be careful what you wish for. That's fine. But to be honest with you, I will give anything for my grandma. My grandma, she's the best woman I ever met in my life. She really is. She is the greatest woman in the world. I love her to death, no matter the consequences or matter how much money I have or whatever I have. I will give everything, everything in this room just to be with my grandma, just to be with her, hold her in my arms, tell her how much I love her, and hold her in my arms, and then hopefully she'll die peacefully and stuff like that. And I'll say what. I'll say, I know her time has come. I know it has, and I know it has, and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, that's just how much I love my family. That's just how much I really love my grandma. That's how much I really love, the appreciation of what they gave me and stuff like that. If I don't get anything at all, no money or cards or gifts or anything for Christmas, but you know what? I'd rather just have my family who's for Christmas. And Jesus also well too. Those are the things I value in life. Those are the things I value basically in me. Those are the things I value during this holiday season. It's not just basically the greatest toy in the world, the greatest TV in the world, the greatest Nintendo or PlayStation, whatever it is, and stuff like that. I would sacrifice all this just for the sake of my family. That's what I would do. That's the meaning, what it feels to me. I hope everyone definitely do understand that, and I hope everyone do. But I really want to say here is that this movie is a good representation. The two turtles, as I said before, is a represents of friendship, love, respect, and for your families and stuff like that. If I had two turtles, I would give one for myself and one to my grandma because that's the bond that I have. And I hope everyone does learn from that, not just learn from my example, but to learn from what I'm saying here and to understand that and stuff like that. I don't want people to think that, oh, you're forcing your opinions on others, which I really am not. But I'm trying to tell people this is how I feel and this is what I think. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this video. Tell me what you guys think. Did you guys like this movie? You guys don't like it? What is you guys' different perspectives, basically, in the themes and stuff, basically in this movie? And what is the meaning of your thoughts, basically, about Christmas and stuff, and this year's meaning of this holiday? And I know this year has not been very kind for a lot of people, and I know it has been and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just the sun. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. And I'll see you guys later. Take care. I love you guys. And happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Keep it in your heart, no matter what.